finished my first video on this situation in June, I had thought Kyra and Preston would go on to have the baby, the drama would get ignored, and everyone would just move on. How foolish of me. Hi, I'm Danny, and you can normally find me on this channel diving into TLC shows, Christian fundamentalism, and exposing family vloggers. If that sounds like something you're into, I'm excited to have you around. If you're unfamiliar with the situation, I highly recommend checking out my first video on the topic. However, here's a quick rundown. First, we have 4 main people. Kyra is 27, and she was together with Oscar, who is also 27. They're high school sweethearts and have 4 kids together. They started their first YouTube channel, OKBaby, 9 years ago when Kyra was pregnant with their first child. They were never married, but had been engaged for years. Then we have Preston and Hannah. They were supposedly married, and Hannah was Kyra's best friend, nanny, and business partner. I say supposedly because no one seems to definitively know if they only got a marriage license or if they had legally gotten married prior to a formal wedding. In July of 2021, Hannah and Kyra started a podcast together called Beneath the Sheets. By the end of that year, in December, Kyra broke up with Oscar. In January of 2022, they uploaded a video that many viewers speculate as Kyra and Preston secretly texting one another in the background. That same month, Kyra and Oscar posted a horrific video that was meant to tell their fans why they broke up. However, it just made Kyra look like a horrible partner. In March, Kyra and Preston started dating, although it wasn't public yet. Some people speculate they started dating several months earlier. Also in March, the Beneath the Sheets podcast ended. On Instagram, Kyra also confirmed that her and Hannah were no longer friends, writing, "Hannah and I are no longer friends, although I truly love her and think she's one of the best people to ever walk this planet." My breakup video is a very, very hard video for me because I was trying to cover all the emotions I was feeling by not feeling and laughing. And by doing so, it was appearing heartless and truthfully just overall horrible, which I do 100% believe is not an accurate representation of my character. And I'm sorry for those of you that it hurt. I am dating Preston, and we have been seeing each other since March of this year. Sometimes friends that are there for you in tough situations turn into more. In April, Kyra and Preston, allegedly, have a threesome in Las Vegas. This becomes public information when the Dad Challenge podcast shares possible evidence, including exclusive photos from the third member. I didn't draw enough attention in my first video about this situation that these photos were exclusive and proved the contact had been with Preston and Kyra in Vegas. Also in April, Preston files for divorce, and that legally concludes in June. Fast forward to July 2023, and Kyra announces her and Preston are engaged. They get married in January 2024. And finally, Kyra announces she's having a baby with Preston in April. Reminder, her doctor recommended she stopped having babies as she has had multiple high-risk pregnancies.
Especially with kids, like I love my kids, I want to have more. I wish I could have 1,000,000 of them, like I said, but I know that's not what's best for my kids or for me or my body.
Now, let's get caught up with what has happened since. Oscar now regularly posts on his personal YouTube channel. He is still with his girlfriend, Addie, and many fans have pointed out how loving and sweet he has been with her, despite Kyra's claims that Oscar has no feelings and is heartless. They've bought a house together, and I also learned she has a kid, so together they have 5 kids. He does a fair job at protecting the kids by blurring their faces. Thankfully, Kyra is also now doing this. Overall, they've both moved away from family vlogging versus just sharing their relationship. It's not perfect, but it's better. Kind of.
Absolutely loved sharing my kid's life on the internet, and I do not regret any of it. Am I doing it because I believe that I'm exploiting my children? No. Truthfully, it's not that deep, it's not that serious. I simply just feel like it's the right time to make my content about me and my journey as a person, a mom, a fiance, a friend. Will this be forever? Who knows? This may be like a week thing, this may be like a year thing, this may be a forever thing. Oscar and I have both had the conversation many times, like, wait, why are we not showing them? And then also times where we're like, okay, we definitely don't want to show them.
And this is proof Oscar owns OKBaby. But the heat got turned up once again in early June when Hannah shared this on TikTok. As some of you may know, I have a few matching tattoos that were once symbols of friendship, but now serve as painful reminders of betrayal and heartache. While those memories hold significance, they're ones I'm ready to release and distance myself from. Covering up these tattoos isn't just about a physical transformation. It's about reclaiming my story and letting go of a chapter that no longer serves me. It's about finding closure and moving forward with intention and positivity. I want to take a moment to express my deepest gratitude for the incredible support I've received along this journey. Your encouragement and kindness have been a lifeline through some very dark times. A $1 donation would be more than just financial support. It would be a vote of confidence and a chance for us to be part of something much bigger, together. Every donation will directly contribute to my cover-up process. Anything beyond my goal will go towards clearing credit card debt and addressing accumulated student loans impacted by this trauma. If you're unable to donate, simply sharing this campaign would mean the world to me. Thank you again from the bottom of my heart for the continued support as I embrace this new chapter. Link in description and bio. Her GoFundMe showed a goal of $400. However, people were so clearly on her side that she was able to raise a lot more. I don't really love that she did this, but it's not like she forced anyone to give her money, so get your bag, I guess. Almost everyone is in agreement that Hannah did not deserve the hurt Kyra and Preston put her through. In messy situations, I always try to get in the mindset of the perceived bad person or people, but this situation is just so evil to me. It's so incredibly clear that Kyra and Preston were, and arguably still are, in the wrong. But this fundraiser isn't all Hannah wanted to say about the situation. She also made a diss track, or technically a poem. Here is Hannah's Instagram story response. Wow, the outpouring of support and response has been truly overwhelming. I didn't anticipate reaching my goal, let alone surpassing it. Your generosity has touched me deeply. I will be sharing updates on the cover-up tattoos when I have time. At midnight tonight, I will be closing the GoFundMe and removing the poem from TikTok, bringing this chapter to a close. Additionally, as a token of my gratitude, I will be donating a portion of the funds to a charity of my choosing. I am inspired and excited for us all to move forward. Thank you. Her poem starts with this audio of Kyra.
To me, when I think of I think of homewrecker. That is what to me, that is somebody who deserves all the shaming in the world. Even not happy. If they're not happy in a relationship, that is not your job, Miss Sophie, to swoop in and try to fuck the guy till he figures it out. No, that's not good either.
Not it.
Yeah, you need that is a different type of situation.
I fully believe that Kyra does, to this day, believe everything she said here. However, she obviously hasn't followed that. It's so interesting how she can say all this and then just do it. Hannah is clearly shocked by that too. Her TikTok video was nearly 9 minutes long and has since been deleted, but it was titled The Diary of Hannah Hawker, Poetic Justice, a poem inspired by Kendrick Lamar's Euphoria. If you're not familiar, Euphoria was a diss track written about Drake. Hannah had an obnoxious AI voice read it, so I've decided to read it myself instead. That being said, I'm definitely going to mess up her intended rhythm from time to time. The first verse says, her follower count getting neutralized. I can only watch in silence. The family vlogger we once knew is looking desperate and now spiraling. Okay, bars. Moving just like a charlatan, a fraud, selling lies, it's giving disgraceful. Why educate? You're not educated. Pregnancy, your only angle. This line goes crazy when you know Kyra dropped out of high school at 15. That was prior to her ever getting pregnant. I also love that Hannah confirms, at least from her understanding of the situation, that Kyra has been telling her followers lies about what happened. She continues with that by saying, fabricating stories on the family channel when you hurt Mr. Morales. A pathetic master manipulator. I've kept quiet for a while. You're not an influencer, you're a homewrecker with the hope of being accepted. Hannah Hawker stood out, girl code, never been in your collection. For Hannah to specifically state that Kyra is a homewrecker and that she broke girl code tells me that all the times Kyra denied she cheated just can't be true. This also confirms for me that Hannah never participated in a threesome with them. Kyra and Preston probably had multiple threesomes, but that's based on the Dad Challenge podcast video, which I have incredibly mixed feelings about. Kyra also mentioned taking part in threesomes on her lives.
Demi asked, was it in Vegas? I have had threesomes in Vegas. Is it that story I've heard about? Is that story true? No. There's like a very small portion of that story is true.
They make vlogs that satisfy them. You make vlogs that terrify them. You doubled down on that crime, lacked a spine, took advantage of my kindness. I know you're a master manipulator and a habitual liar too. Reddit may tell lies about me, but they do tell truths about you. Let's see what Reddit has been saying about Kyra. Yeah, they don't like her. Yeah, I'm out of state laying low, okay? Yeah, the beach right here's remote, okay? I ain't thinking about not Kyra, reopen what I closed, okay? Only Smith I have in my house is a Wesson. It's just jokes, okay? Preston's last name is Smith, and then Smith & Wesson is a manufacturer of various guns. So this line is kind of insane. How's my cat and the money you made off my back? Did Preston take Hannah's cat and now Kyra and Preston have it? That poor cat. Girl, you okay? Everybody want to play happy till they get dumped by my throwaway. And you can do a live a day, once a fake, always a fake. Oh, you thought the money, the power, and the fame would make me go away? Have you ever played Have You Ever? Okay, let's play. Have you ever been betrayed, lied to with a poker face? Have you ever lost $20,000 because of a basket case? Well, I have, and replaced them both, so I came out straight. Damn! Hannah is going feral. She's now called Kyra a and a basket case. Imagine going from being absolute best friends to hurting someone so bad they release this. I also have no idea what the $20,000 is referring to, but I've seen people speculate Kyra owes her money from the Beneath the Sheets podcast or possibly the divorce process costs. I hate when they lie and brag about funds. I cut off my ties, they turned into bums. Then hop online, like pay for my titties. She's begging for likes and digital hugs. Now she's coming at Kyra for being horrible with money and just throwing away the millions they made on OKBaby for things like a boob job. P Daddy a loser, you're having his junior. They must have forgot the shit that they've done. Dip starting a family, watch it get shaky, feel bad for your son. Me too, Hannah. I also feel bad for their future child. Although it's a girl, so their daughter, not son. My very first talk, I feel like I'm Drake. You are my friend, now I'm aiming your way. I haven't spoken out enough, but today I'll show you I learned from those mistakes. Somebody told me that you got a ring. Was it me you were trying to upstage? I should sit back and let a Canadian podcaster put you in your place. And this is where I learned the Dad Challenge podcast is Canadian. What I love about this is Hannah already knows he's going to talk about it. It's probably why she wasn't concerned with keeping it up on her page. But this clip is why I don't love his content.
Everything that I think what she's saying here is everything that I'm saying here with you guys and what we're all coming up with, that's all the truth. None of it's a lie. We're not making up things, and our gut instinct has been correct this whole time. Don't forget, everybody, it was this channel that broke everything wide open for Kyra. Everything. Without that person reaching out to me from Vegas, who she's just a genuine sweetheart, awesome person, okay, being concerned about the kids, and that's why she reached out. She's like, this can't be, this is crazy. Without that, and that picture that I posted that no one else had to get the receipts for it all, none of this happens.
My issue with this is the part where he says none of it's a lie. DCP and I have a lot of overlap in what we talk about and how our channels operate. To me, this statement can be dangerous. We are speculating and making fair and mostly educated assumptions. While none of that would be considered as lying, I wouldn't say it's all fact either. Overall, I appreciate the content he makes and the opinions he shares. I'm just a bit weary of his cockiness and confidence in speculation. Nanny business, you got it twisted. What is this? A phase? I hurt your feelings? You don't want to be like me no more? Okay. 2 hoes left. It's cringe every time I open your page. Wild, chaotic displays, and now I'm upping the pace. Ain't nothing nobody can tell me. Don't want to go live on no celly. We know you've got learning barriers. There's no sex toys you can sell me. Yeah, Oscar and Addie know you're a jealous woman. Their crowns are heavy. No real friends, just sad and smelly. Your envy's petty. I won't lie, Hannah has some solid rhymes throughout this. Also, the name dropping of everyone has been nuts. I don't think Addie deserves to get brought into any of this shit, though. Her and Oscar seem happy and healthy together. Also, just to be a mean girl for a second, I don't personally think Hannah is joking when she says Kyra smells. I think she probably actually smells bad. I'm going to start reading through this faster because somehow we aren't even halfway through the TikTok yet. I don't like you scamming people online for them. I'm ending the beef. Yeah, they know you were pee. Oops, I spilled the tea. You're better off beating on him again before you think about beating me. You're Sophia Franklin and I'm Alex Cooper. Stay beneath the sheets. This is a Call Her Daddy podcast reference. Sophia and Alex hosted it together and are no longer best friends. No need to get personal. Stayed away. You should really keep it that way. I know some about bitches that would make Reddit want to faint. This ain't about lyrics, ain't about critics, ain't about who's a fake. We've finally made it to the iconic chorus. It's always been about love and hate. Now let me say I'm the biggest hater. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. Such perfect lyrics to sum up this moment. She continues. You may hate when you see this, but if I snark, it's gonna be direct. We hate the Tinder y'all meet with because you confuse yourself with a real woman. And notice I said we. It's not just me. I'm what the culture feeling. How many more fake fairy tales about your life till we've had enough? How many more pregnancies until you finally feel that you're mom enough? Holy shit. That's a line right there. Damn. They like Kyra on OKBaby. They don't like Kyra when she acts rough. You're gonna make a bring the past up? Remember, Kyla was really trash or something? Kyla, often called Kiki, was one of Kyra and Oscar's many babysitters and close friends. She has gone back and forth between supporting Kyra and Oscar, so I think Hannah wanted to make sure Kyla knew Kyra was talking badly about her behind her back. Yeah, my first one, not my last one. It's a classic, you don't have one. Let your core audience stomach that and then tell them where you got your ass from. Smelly farts, it's a gassed one. Toot toot toot, last one. Blow of the year, you better take care of that funk. Again with calling her smelly? Yikes. Remember? Hey, boss girl, who the fuck you thought you played with? Won't say my name? I haven't cried since I got off that plane. I'm allergic to the fame shit. Only you like being famous. Jess fam won't get you more likes either. I don't give a about who ya hang with. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I even hated that dress. Surprised there's no apology yet. There's a lot of shit you haven't addressed. I even hate when you don't say Hannah. Not just me, I guess. Some just cringeworthy. It ain't even be deep, I guess. Out here faking success. I know everybody with me is blessed. Keep raising the fam, put away the cam, and it won't be no threat. I know you married the boy. Where is the dad? 'Cause I ain't seen him yet. Harry Potter, did you read it yet? Have you seen it yet? Bet. So she has roasted the wedding dress, asked her to say her name when Kyra's talking shit, and gave another dig at Preston. It'll take me a while to recover from this insanity. When I see him stand by Sivertson, I believe he sees two bad. I believe y'all don't like women, it's real competition. Y'all might pop ass with them. Let's speak on perspective. I have receipts. Maybe I'll double back with you. And when I asked about a bitch, you played dumb bitch and turned out to be that bitch. Oh my God. Which line goes harder? How many more fake fairy tales about your life till we've had enough? How many more pregnancies until you finally feel that you're mom enough? Or when I asked about a bitch, you played dumb bitch and turned out to be that bitch. Help me decide in the comments below. Flip the script and try to change your image. Oh, what? You don't like your image? Front to back, I don't like your image. Back to that, no one likes your image. Why would I go online trying to throw dirt on bitch when it's obvious that your life is crap? That's ho. I got a life to praise, but I can see you don't know nothing about that. Finding myself, know nothing about that. Fostering a healthy relationship, know nothing about that. Having honesty, integrity, discipline. Listen, bitch, you know nothing about that. Speaking the truth and considering what others are feeling, you don't know nothing about that. We are now in the last minute and a half. Honestly, knowing we're over 2 months past this being posted, I don't blame Kyra for staying silent about it. Someone as selfish as her wouldn't have anything to say that would help the situation. So silence is appreciated. This ain't 2021, it's 1v20. If I gotta enlighten 20 that subscribe to you, yeah, bring them out too. I'll tell the truth too. Tell P that he better stay right with you. Are you following bots and AI? Stans and JoJo Siwas? Funny that her new song is called Karma. Past tense, still leading me to drama. I'm a slick witch, putting her followers in their coffin. Yeah, dumb be dick riders. Watch her go online, exploit pregnancies, can't get away with it this time. I don't really care if people choose to use their own medical information for content, but it definitely feels like Kyra keeps popping out babies because those videos get a ton of views. That being said, there's no need to show any parts of the birth that are graphic or the face of the baby. Preferably, don't even tell the audience any information about the baby outside of maybe sex and first name. What I learned is homewreckers feel no remorse, and I'm fine with it. I'll cross the line with it. Call a out, I took my time with it. We can be on a 2-hour time difference. Focus on the family, Grody? Is he leading the family, Grody? Keep the greed out the family, Grody. Therapy, please try for the family, Grody. I'm on St. Pete Beach, sipping rum punch, cherry on top, feeling like I'm about to win a Grammy, Grody. Tell him we winning, fam. Dad challenge, get this on camera, homie. Damn, 2 DCP references. I guarantee every one of the people involved in this drama have watched every single video he's done on it. Hey, f y'all bitches. Never trust y'all bitches. If I win online, I'll thump y'all bitches. Field goal kick y'all bitches. Don't miss y'all bitches. It's cool. Whoever's with them, fuck you bitches. And fuck your socials too. Brush your hair and turn on your comments. Psst, the thing that you don't like to do. Ew, we don't want to see you on Insta no more. Stop. And that's the full diss track / poem. Hannah went all in on it. I do also want to mention that there are currently no videos available to watch on the OKBaby channel, which was shocking to me. But it makes sense if it's owned by Oscar and he no longer wants his kids exploited. I also came across this post from July 28th, 2019, where Kyra captioned it, "Having 2 girls means one day only one of my 3 kids will like me." Now, this is an insane caption. Kyra had a very rough relationship with her mom and clearly carries that deep inside her. But to claim your newborn baby will hate you simply because she is a girl is nuts. The reason I mention this is because she is pregnant with her 4th girl and still only has the 1 son. I get the caption is meant to be silly, but that doesn't change how odd it is. Add toxic boy mom to the list of Kyra's various red flags.
Not because I don't want a girl, but because, I already have 3 girls. So it's just like overwhelming, if anything. But anyways.
She's not disappointed it's a girl. She just really didn't want a girl. If you're confused, it's probably because she completely contradicted herself.
And I feel bad because I know Levi. If Levi knew, he would really want a boy. Like, that's all he's talked about when we've talked about having kids.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, in the long run,
It'll be fine.
he just loves siblings.
And we have more opportunities to get a boy.
Yeah.
But
I'm sorry, more opportunities? They're planning on having more kids after this? All I'm going to say is these two do deserve each other. All right, that's enough Kyra content for me. I hope you have an amazing week. Bye.